I was probably an unusual child that has grown up to be an unusual adult. Number one, because we were half Hindu and half Protestant, there was no place for us, basically. So the Jewish school in Rathgar, Stratford College, took us. So I didn't know I wasn't Jewish until I was 7, which was kind of a shock when I found out I wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are more than welcome to this, another episode 98, lifetime number 98 of the Coffee at 11 show, brought to you by Wigwam Global. Delighted to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And in particular, I'd like to welcome my very special guest, a fantastic lady I'm really excited about chatting with about all sorts of stuff. No idea where the conversation is going to go today. And it's Nadia Ramoutar. Nadia, please pop in and say hello. Cheers us with your coffee mug.
Cheers. Thanks so much for the invitation. I'm delighted to be here. I was very fortunate that when I was 9, and I have to be careful, she might be on here, I got flagged as having trouble, and I was diagnosed with dyslexia. And I literally remember my mother saying to someone, well, she's not very smart, but at least she's pretty. And I remember saying something, and she said, well, I said you were pretty. You're never happy. You're never happy. You never say enough. You know, I just did a course recently, a masterclass with Roxanne Gay. I don't know how many of you know her. She wrote Bad Feminist, which I've been accused of being. She's amazing, amazing woman. And she said, I refuse to be put in a box. I just won't. And I will be whatever I want to be. And, you know, people get a bit, I'd be like, I'm not easily controlled, because I see manipulation usually fairly far in advance. So I will partipulate, which means I will participate in my own manipulation if it suits me. But I won't otherwise. So I think we have a mutual friend, Raymond Sexton, and probably one of the things that I shared with him was, you know, I am the chooser of my own choices. And so if I'm living in something or I'm doing something, most likely I chose it. Now, sometimes we choose willingly and sometimes we choose unconsciously. 2
quick questions, if you don't mind, before we go there. The first question is, what are you taking with you from COVID you're not letting go of?
That we need one another. That we're not an island, that we need one another. We may be on an island, but we're not an island. We need other people. And we need to do the inner work. I think that's it. I mean, we can't run all our lives into retail therapy or shops or pubs or bottles or whatever. We can't keep running and we can't keep hiding. And at some point we have to face ourselves.
Wow. Great stuff. Lovely. Thank you. So you meet somebody out there, or you're asked to give advice to somebody out there, somebody that you love that's struggling on any given day. What would you say to them?
Go gently. Go gently. You know, there's too much pressure for self-help that as I like to say, you're cracked, but you're not broken. You know, go gently. If you're having a hard time today, rest. If you can find the courage to say something to someone, you know, do that. People care a lot more than we realize. And people think we're okay. Like I'd be a decent actress. I could portray I know Eilish is on here, one of my favorite actresses, Eilish O'Carroll. I could portray myself as doing very well, and no one knows I'm not. And I sometimes think that we pretend too much. And I think that it would be really great for people to realize that everybody has struggled. And, you know, everyone we meet is like, for me, like, I mean, I know there's people on here who have no idea I was attacked when I was 19 and are kind of a bit like, well, how come that never came up before? Because, you know, how do you bring it up? But the truth, I would say, Colin, is that there's a lot of resources out there, but you have to make yourself ready. You know, people want to talk about the law of attraction. I don't think that's the issue. I think it's the law of allowing. which is much less spoken about. And the law of allowing is you have to allow it in. You have to let it in. You have to absorb the nutrients of love, the nourishment of the sun, the beauty of the flower. You have to allow it. And that's the challenge. The challenge is removing the blocks to love. And my goal is to each day just increase my capacity to love.